Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fortunate Creations. I'm Kim, and I am doing a challenge now through Christmas called the Santa Cloth Challenge. What it is I asked my subscribers during Coffee with Kim Live to give me a stitch and a color. And out of those suggestions, I'm going to make one cloth a day, a dishcloth a day. But then I've decided I'm going to do a kitchen set. So yesterday, in case you missed the video, yesterday was a crossed double and the color was red. So I went ahead and I made this dishcloth with a little bit of extra yarn on it. I made this dishcloth and then I went ahead and I said, you know what, I'm going to make the whole set. So I did a dishcloth, I did like a hot plate or a trivet, and then I did a scrubby. So I'm taking the suggested color and stitch for the actual towel, and it is a towel that you hang up. And then I'm going to alter the stitch a little bit to make a hot plate or a trivet or a pot holder, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to also use a coordinating color for the scrubby. So yesterday's was the crossed double. What I did was I took the suggestions from my subscribers, I wrote them all down on little pieces of paper, shuffled them up, and I tucked them inside this here. So each one of these here is a little gift bag. And in the little gift bag is tucked a stitch and a color. So today is the lemon peel stitch and the color's yellow. So I'm going to start with a chain of 30 because the lemon peel stitch is done in even and he counted 2. So here we have a chain of 30, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a base row. Now I like to do the base row in the bump in the back. If you know what I'm talking about, here's normally where you do it on the front, but if you look so you can see the texture of the bump, that's where I'm going to do it. So I'm going to do one row, so 30 stitches, 29. I'm going to do one row all the way across of single crochet if I can get the yarn to cooperate with me. Wow, the first stitch, there we go. First stitch is a fighting me. Woohoo! Okay, so going all the way across, I'm just going to go the bump in the back and do one single crochet all the way across. Now that I did start, normally I do my dishcloths with a row of 20. So I tried this dishcloth with a row of 20 and it didn't come out big enough. So I'm going to incorporate this into my dish pad, or my hot pad or trivet, whatever you want to call it. So we'll get to that after I'm done with the actual kitchen towel. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do one single crochet in the bump in the back. I know I stuck my tongue out. I was trying not to, but it happens. This first row always fights me. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. It doesn't matter what yarn I use, what hook I use. I always fight the first row. You would think it was, I don't know, made out of spaghetti. It's so wiggly. But it is worth it to go through that bump. Once you're done, it really truly is worth it. Because it's a little bit thicker when you're done for the base row and gives a little bit more stability. So it is worth it in the end to struggle a little bit in the beginning. I hope you guys can see me. Now this isn't really a tutorial. This is pretty much a, hey, this is what I'm doing, and I'll talk you through it. So I'm not going to change the camera angle so that you can see my hands better. I'm just kind of chatting with you while I make this. So that's how that's going. I don't know why that's tangling up like that. So we're getting there. I'm about a third of the way through. That is something, isn't it? And what am I using? That's a good question. I'm using sugar and cream. And the reason I'm using sugar and cream, if you know me, you know that I only use sugar and cream 100% cotton when I'm doing a kitchen towel or a kitchen set or a kitchen anything, because it's tried and true in my house that it will withstand pretty much whatever torture I can put it through. I've used it as scrubbies. I've used it as hooded towels. I've used it as bath mats. I've used it as a shower curtain. If it's going to get wet and dry over and over again, I'm using sugar and cream. So I'm using the yellow, and then I am using the Soleil Ombre. Ooh, almost like I was talking a different language. So there we go. All right, we're halfway done here. A little bit more than halfway. Oh yeah, we're more than halfway. Okay, last couple. And then seriously, you guys, it is as simple as turn your work, chain one, turn your work, and then you're doing a single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, back and forth as many times as you want until your towel gets as big as you want it to. So here I am done with the base row, chain one and turn your work. So here's how it looks when you go through the bump. I really like it a lot better. Like I said, it's sturdier. So here's the start of the pattern called the lemon peel pattern, lemon peel stitch. In that very first stitch here, you're going to do a single crochet. In the next one, you're going to do a double. In the next one, you're going to do a single. The next one, you're going to do a double. And that's it. That's how the entire pattern is, back and forth until the cloth is as big as you want it to be. It's as simple as that, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and keep working on this because there's no sense, there's no change. There's nothing different. At the end of every single one, I'm going to chain one, fight with my twisted yarn. I'm going to chain one, turn, and I'm going to go right back in and start with the single crochet, then the double crochet, all the way across. I'm probably going to do 15 to 20 rows before I come back and show you how I'm going to start to taper the top, and then we'll make the handle. All right, so keep going back and forth. Single, double, single, double, single, double, chain one, turn, single, double, da bada bada bada, chain, turn, da 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 da. Okay, keep doing that till your towel gets as big as you want it, and I will meet you back here when we're ready for the handle. Well, actually, when we're ready for the taper. Okay. Okay, so I have the cloth as big as I want it to be before I start doing the taper. Now let me just measure it for you because I didn't count the rows. I just want to give you the size of it. So right now, it's 9 inches. It's a 9 by 9, okay? So I did my square till it was a 9 by 9 square, and now I'm going to start doing the decreases. Now, whenever I do the top of the towel, I like to do half doubles and then decrease the half doubles. So I'm going to change from the lemon peel stitch to half doubles. I'm going to do one row without any decreases just to get a solid row of half doubles. And then I'm going to go ahead and I decrease on each end so that it tapers in nice and evenly on both sides. This yarn is so splitty right now. It took me a minute to get this done because it was splitting almost every single stitch. So it doesn't help that I was trying to rush on it, but I got things to do, you know. I got to get this finished and get it posted up for you guys before the football game starts, you see. So it is time sensitive. So a row of half doubles all the way across. And then once I get to the other end, I'm going to chain one and I'm going to do my first decrease. Now, if you saw yesterday's video, you see how I do my decreases. That might not be how you do your half doubles, but it's the way I do mine, and it's the way I've done them for all of my towel sets, and it really seems to make a nice even edge, you know, as it tapers in on both sides. So I'm going to keep going with that, and I will talk you through how I do it as soon as I get over there. So here we go. Come on, there we go. Splitty, splitty, splitty. Okay, and one more all the way to the end. Get that extra little loop on there and pull it on in. Chain one, turn. Okay, so now you can see the difference right there. Now for my decrease, I yarn over, go into the first stitch, pull up a loop, and then I just go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, and then pull it through. I think most of you would yarn over before you go into the other stitch, but I don't do it that way. And then I just go ahead all the way until I have 2 left on the other end. Okay. We're speed crocheting today. And in case I didn't mention it, I think I did, but it's been a minute since I did the beginning of this video. I am using a 5mm hook, and I'm using Sugar and Cream 100% cotton. I think I mentioned all that, but just in case I didn't, I do apologize. My to-do list was trying to get to done. Trying to become a to-done list, and I may have forgotten to tell you the size of the hook. 5 or 5.5, it just depends on how big you want your lemon peels to look, right? Okay, I'm coming to the end, so keep an... All right, let me just keep going along the top, row after row, until we get it as tapered down as we want it. And again, this isn't actually a tutorial, so if you have any questions for me, shoot me an email. All my contact information is below, or write a comment. I will see it. Write a comment on the video if you have a question, because I want to make sure that I'm not going too fast through these, but I didn't want them to come off as a tutorial. It's more of a fun Santa cloth challenge to get the set done per day. Okay, I'm getting to the end, so I'm gonna this one, and then I yarn over, go through, pull it up, and do that, turn, and there we go. All right, looking good. So making sure everybody's happy here. We're just going to keep going. Yarn over, go through, pull up, go through, pull up. That's my decrease on this end. I started with 30 stitches. I'm going to wait until my decrease is down to about maybe half that, maybe 15. So when I have 15 stitches across the top, it'll probably be 16, because I think it'll be an even number, because I'm decreasing 2 on each end. So around there, about half the size. And then I will show you how to do the handle and find a button in your button stash. Hopefully you have a button stash. I know most people who do crafting and crocheting and any sort of fabric or yarn work, they have a stash of buttons somewhere, right? All right, here we go. We're back to the other end. 2 left. Yarn over, go in, pull up, go in, pull up, and here we go. And we turn it. Okay. Purdy, purdy, purdy. It's going in nicely on both ends. You can see that. And you can see where the stitches change. And that's also a nice touch for the kitchen set. If you picture the old school kitchen towels with the crocheted ends on it, you know, they have the regular towel, and then all of a sudden you see the crochet part. So that's kind of the feel I'm giving to this, is the whole towel itself has a different stitch and a different pattern. And then once you get to the top, I always do the half doubles to bring in the old-fashioned feel of the handmade kitchen towels. This part goes pretty quick. I have to tell you, the lemon peel stitch with the cotton thread takes a minute. So I was almost thinking, holy moly, did I bite off more than I could chew with this? But it came out okay once I got my flow going, you know. So just a matter of knuckle down, buckle down, do it, do it, do it. Get a quick sip of my seltzer before I have a coughing fit for no reason. Nobody needs that. And again, the width of the top is also a preference for you. If you want to make it smaller or leave it larger, have a longer handle, totally your call. Try to keep it a little symmetrical as we go along. In here, pull it up, pull through, and there's a knot in the yarn. Let's get that out of there. That'll mess everything up. We don't want that in there now, do we? There we go. Okay, let's finish that last stitch up one more time without the knot, shall we? Pull one up, go in, pull one up. Woohoo! Pull them all through. What am I doing? Yarn over, go in, pull it up. Go in, pull it up. Here we go. Woohoo! What am I new? Okay, let me count my stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I like it just like this. Okay, so here we have it. Now I'm going, oh, did I miss a stitch? No, it just pulled funny. Okay, so now I'm going to do the handle. Okay. That's bothering me, you can tell, right? Pretend it's not there. Okay, so for the handle, you chain one, turn your work, and you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets, chain one, turn your work. And you're going to go now and do 3. So you're going to go back and forth doing 3 single crochets until you have the handle that is long enough to stretch all the way across the top of this. Okay. Now, I don't go all the way up and over. I like to kind of cut it short. Let me show you with this one. You can see how I did the button on this one because I like it. See how short it is. Okay, so you could do it to come up all that way, but I like it a little short handle. So that's what we're going to do. So just keep going back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 until you get it long enough. And then I will show you the buttonhole and the final touches. All right, so finish that. Do it until it just meets nicely when you fold it over. I'll show you when I'm done, and I'll meet you at the other side. Okay, so I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18 rows of the 3 stitches. And that's going to give me a nice little handle. Comes at a slant like that. Okay. Again, you can do it all the way up and over if you want, but this is just how I choose to do them. Now, at the very end of the handle, I do a chain of 3. 1, 2, 3, and I just slip stitch it into the other side, and that forms the buttonhole. Okay. Now I'm going to go around the entire cloth with 1 row of single crochet. And again, just gives it a nice clean effect, makes it look a little more finished and buttoned up, okay? So go ahead all the way around your dishcloth, including this handle and including the buttonhole, all the way back right up to here, 1 single row of crochet all the way around. And I'll meet you back here. Okay, so I did 1 row of single crochet all the way around. So that's all set. Even the buttonhole looks nice. I'm digging through my button stash and I think I see the perfect button. There we go. Set that down there. Now, whenever I'm sewing a button on my kitchen towels, I like to use the same yarn that I use to make the project. So I use the sugar and cream, but I split it. So the sugar and cream is 4 strands, and I'm taking just 2 of those. And I'm going to see which one of the needles fits through here, because that's key. You can't use a needle that's not going to fit through. I'm going to thread this. Make sure there's no knots in it. Okay. And then I'm going to take the handle and lay it over to see where I should put the button. So that's where that's going to lay, is right there. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and sew this button on here, preferably without stabbing myself with it. All right, so sew it on just like you would all your other buttons, nice and tight, because you know what? It's going to be in the kitchen, so you know it's going to be tugged on and pulled on and all of that stuff. So make sure it's sewn in really good. You don't want to have the button pop off of it, right? So just around and around and around it goes. Get it on there nice and tight. The hard part is actually getting a needle that'll fit through the button. So here we go. Oh, it's so pretty. Of course, I got to hide my tails, right? There we go. And here, voila. Okay, so there is the lemon peel stitch Santa Cloth challenge. But I want to show you the rest of it. So let me show you the trivet or the hot plate or the pot holder, whatever you want to use it for, and the scrubby. Hang on. All right, so here's the finished complete set. So what I did was I took a totally different color of yellow and then an ombre, also the sugar and cream. I did like just a giant granny square. You can also hang up, this could be a dishcloth, this could be a hot pad, a hot pad, however you want. And then I took the Red Heart Scrubology, or Scrubby. I put this on my small Addy. I did 32 rows, crocheted a little handle on it, and now we have a full kitchen towel set, which would make a really cute gift for the holidays. And to top it all off, I include a hand soap that's lemon. So I try to match the color of the kitchen set with the color of the set itself with the soap. So there we go. This is day 2 of the Santa Cloth challenge. The challenge was the lemon peel stitch, and there it is. You can see it on this dishcloth. So day 2 complete, the Santa Cloth challenge. All right, everybody, thanks for stopping by for this video. There will be day 3 tomorrow. I don't know what the stitch is going to be until I open that little bag right there. So join me, Coffee with Kim in the morning, 8:30 Eastern time, and you will see what tomorrow's Santa Cloth challenge will be. So remember, everybody, please remember, be happy, be kind, and be creative. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.